All right, I'll show you how we clamp this up here. Let's see. Now, I made these holders for the bar clamps. Basically like that. Just set them in here. Loosen these all the way up. Bring these out. Here's the wood for the coasters. Okay. Let's see here. And then we just need some glue and glue it up. And I left the glue in the house. Give me a minute here. All right, that's better. I've got the glue. And I went out and bought these rollers from Woodcraft for the glue. They work pretty nice. So let's get the glue in. So all these edges have been jointed and ran it through the thickness planer. So everything's pretty even. We got some Padauk here, just redwood. A lot of guys just glue up one board out of the two, you know what I mean, when you're mating them together. Just one surface, but I like to get glue on both of the boards that are going together. So these are just going to be coasters. So they're about 16 inches long, a little over 16, my boards. And then I can get four 4-inch coasters after I'm done cutting them. Just run them through the chop saw. So there's some maple here. I had some, that one board I just did was, I think that's Brazilian cherry. Oh, here's some more Padauk. Stuff is really pretty. And again, I just like to get enough glue on there on both boards. There. There. Get them in the clamps. I like this roller. You see how it does that cross? Diagonal glue up. There it is. And I just like to leave my ends a little long on both sides, so when I run it through the thickness planer, if I get any snipe, it'll come out. So let's see. Snug these up, flatten everything down like that. I didn't thickness plane them yet, so I'll just get a good solid. Come on, this one's not gripping. Solid edge on the bottom against my clamps. I think it's this one's just A little full of glue on that back one there. Well, these are just Harbor Freight bar clamps, but well, they worked until now. Let me clean that one out a little bit. Some of that glue out of there, maybe. It'll help me. That was it. Nope. There it is. That feels good. A little squeeze on that one. This one's pretty good. Bottom feels really good. And I don't clamp it too tight because I don't want to push all the glue out of the joint. So I'm careful there. And then we'll put 1 or 2 or 3 in the middle here. Just enough pressure. Yeah, I'll put 2 more in there. Oh. Maybe some on the ends. Again, not too much pressure. Let the glue do its magic. Yeah, maybe I'll do 2 on the ends here, just for the heck of it here. Let this dry. Come back. I don't know, I like to give it about 24 hours. I know you don't need that much, but once you start running it through the thickness planer, it puts a lot of pressure on it, so you don't want to compromise these glue joints. So I'm liking that. So, and then it'll come out looking something like that. And then we'll surface plane it, or thickness plane it down. And then I'm going to split it in half. And then chop it, and you'll get 4 coasters out of it. So I'll set this aside for now. Talk to you in a bit. All right, so on this one here, on these coasters I'm making, they'll get, we'll have 4 coasters come out of here, 4 inches. But I need to split this in half down the center. So actually I'll get 8 out of this board. So I set my table saw fence half the thickness of this to the center of the blade, half the thickness, and we're going to start chopping it, and we'll get we'll see how far we can get, and then I'll take it over to the bandsaw and finish the rest. Before I do that, let's put a feather board, just a little bit of pressure here, not much, just enough. Hold it there. Fire this thing up, run it through a couple times, and always maintain whatever surface you're putting against your fence. Keep it there. You don't want to flop it like that, and then you're not center on the blade. Raise it up a little bit. And we're getting there. rest of that I'll take over to the bandsaw and we'll finish. So run that through the bandsaw here. Finish that up. Should be pretty close to where I was set up. I'll move this over just a little bit. Move the fence over. Yeah, that's fine. All right. There it is. Split them in half. All right, and then we'll run these through the thickness planer, and we'll get rid of that little ridge in there, little hump, and then we'll run them through the miter saw. All right, get these in there. Always get nervous about putting real thin stock through this thing. So, try that. Gear plugged on. Not bad looking. Same thickness. Now we'll set up a jig on the miter saw and cut these. Over here. So what I like to do is just put a stop block at my 4 inches, clamp it down wherever that may be. Close. Pretty good right there. Okay, let's show you what we got going on here. It's pretty basic. So, clean up one edge. One. Two. Three. Let's see if I can get 4 out of there. Whoa, that was close. Real close. Okay. Four coasters. We'll cut these and then we'll sand them. Probably make them 4 by 4 if we really wanted to get crazy, right? So that's probably what we'll do, because they're not exactly square. better. And I like to, something like this, I like to let that blade stop before I lift it out of there while it's spinning and your hand's close by or something. Then lift it out of there. Just minimize a little bit of the risk we got going on. My hand is close to this. Okay, scrap. All right, let's do the same to this side. What did I miss here? Let's try it this way. And the blade's not spinning when you lift it up, and then it'll maybe grab this piece and chip it. So I just let that blade stop and pull it out of there. One more. Yeah, right there on the length. All right, there it is. All right, I'll get these sanded. Oh wait, hello. We got to do this edge. See that or not. Not doing the best camera work, am I? I am not a lot of guys will use their left hand for this and their right hand. I can't, just feel super uncomfortable either way. All right, 4x4s, coasters. Looks kind of cool. And put a router on these edges, smooth them up a little bit, sand them, finish them. Talk to you in a bit. All right, so here's the router. And I just got a 45 chamfer bit in there. Let's see how it works on this one. Gives you that little edge. Probably go a little higher than that. This edge here got a little something going on there. I'm wondering if I can do both of these. Top end on them now. Maybe. Take care of that. Just round it over a little bit. Then you'll do the end grain. You got to watch out on these because it'll rip that out. So that's kind of sketchy here. You bring it all the way up to it. Then I ease up a little bit, take a little bit off, and something I'll go backwards with that bit. That seems to help with tear out. We'll see. end grain is hard. Go light here, and just go back a little bit. Go around the whole thing, do this whole edge. Lightly, back it. This one seems to have some little cracks in the end grain. I might have to put some glue in there. Cool look. Watch that checking on the end grain. See that? I'll fill those in. I didn't see that. Same thing here. End grain, easy. You get the gist of this. Let me finish these. I'll be back. Next step on these, I got them all sanded. I sanded them to 180 for now, and then we're just gonna put a little bit of water on all of them, all the sides, dampen them up, let them dry. That'll raise the grain, and then we sand it to 220. That'll give it a really nice smooth finish. And then we'll put my mineral oil / beeswax mix on them, and they'll be done. one of these sets, or the next set I do, I want to put cork on the bottom. I didn't on this set, and I wanted to, and I forgot. And then when I did the double edge, the 45, if I were to put cork on the bottom, I'd have that little gap. So the next one, it's just got to be a 90 from the bottom to the side, and then I'll put the cork on it. But anyway, that's what happened on this set. I wasn't thinking, and I 45'd both sides. So anyway, this helps a lot. Just a little damp sponge or rag, raise that grain, let it dry, come back with 220, sand all the edges, give a nice finish. That's a little wet. Getting there. Oh boy, but they look, I don't know, they look pretty good. And then I used Titebond 3 glue. It's water resistant. Let's see what it actually says. Waterproof. So thinking we'll be good if you know, if you have your drinks on these and the cups are sweating a little bit and these are getting wet. I think we're going to be fine, but we'll see. I hate to finish them with like a polyurethane or something, because that's just another step of apply and finish, sand in, apply and finish again, sand in. You know, it's just I don't know, a lot of work. Hate sanding. So I'm going to let these dry, and then we'll come back with 220, sand them, finish them. Talk to you in a bit. All right, next step is I just hand sand them after we put some water on there, raise the grain. I take some 220 and I go with the grain a little bit. I put them in my little jig here that I made. I don't think anyone woodworker likes sanding. But raising that grain really helps with that water. And then we'll oil them up. This board here that it's sitting on, it's got a little lip on the bottom here that catches on the table saw. So that helps pushing against it and not moving around. Oh yeah, you can feel that grip, boy. You can really feel that grain that raised up. Just with a little bit of water. These are pretty easy to make, and I think they'll make good gifts. What I'd like to do next is make a little holder for them, a tray type thing. You put them in, but I don't know if I'm going to get to that. You can feel when it's smoothed out with the 220 here. And here's the one I did. I filled these end grain cracks in with super glue. So we'll see. I should have paid more attention to that when I was making it with that board I was using, but I didn't, so we'll see. But I use that super glue all the time for filling in cracks and holes and little defects. It really works nice. Something like this I think will be fine. Anyway, let me finish sanding these, and then I'll throw some mineral oil and beeswax on them. Talk to you in a bit. All right, let's show you how these things turn out. So this is a little bit of beeswax oil, or beeswax and mineral oil mix that I have here made up. So it's kind of pasty. That's what I'm looking for. So sometimes I like a little bit more wax than oil, depending on what we're doing. So I just slap this stuff on, kind of heavy, let it sit, then we'll wipe them off. All right, now let me do that. Let it soak in there, the oil. These things look really good. Yeah, like I said, just mineral oil and beeswax are great for cutting boards, charcuterie boards, coasters like this. And these things look good. So and that's all there is to it. It's a piece of maple there. It's got a little bit of spalting going on. Looks kind of cool. That Brazilian cherry is in there. Maple, walnut. So just some different patterns going on there and colors. So I don't know. How much are these things worth for a set of 4? Without a holder, 20 bucks? I don't know. A little bit of work. I hate to go cheaper than that, but I don't know. Comment in the comment section what you think they're worth or what you'd pay for them. So again, they're not hard to make. A little time consuming. Gluing, sanding, and finishing. But they're not terrible. And then I'll just let that sit on them for a while, and then we'll wipe off the excess and they'll be done. So if you got a cutting board at home or something and it's drying out, get yourself some mineral oil. You can pick it up at like a Walgreens, a CVS, basically baby oil, but baby oil, some of it is scented. So you just want to find a good mineral oil. Somebody said it's in the section by the, like in the Walgreens, by the laxatives, I guess, or something. I don't know. But look around a Walgreens and get yourself a bottle of mineral oil and wipe your cutting boards down with that. And that'll help them from drying out. So, yeah, basically that's it. Man, that looks cool. Yep, a little bit of spalting going on there. So, and if they get dinged up or something, you got 2 sides. But, all right, well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video series on making coasters. Talk to you later.